Makeup Diaries Travel Vegas edition. I am getting ready to leave. It's about 6:30 in the morning, so I'm going into my office, working a half day, and then me and the doctor that owns the practice are going to be Ubering to the airport together to hop on a flight to leave for Las Vegas. I think we're supposed to land in Las Vegas around 6, like just before 6 o'clock, and we're needing the makeup to be longer than 12-hour wear. I was gonna wear like my lighter coverage, like my tinted SPF and stuff, because it's a travel day and I don't want like a full face of makeup on the airplane, but then I'm pretty sure we're landing and like getting right to activities. So I was like, well, I don't even know if I'm gonna have time to like do my makeup later. Like I think we're gonna go to Fremont Street when we get there tonight. I think that's the plan. So we're gonna really put the makeup to the test. I'm gonna try and include like pictures, maybe some videos and stuff alongside this Makeup Diaries video, just to like add some fun, like Makeup Diaries vlog style. So I'm really, really excited for this one. I do this thing when I travel that my apartment is never cleaner than when I leave to go on, you know, a trip or vacation. So I still need to mop my floors. That's like the last thing I need to do, and bring all of my luggage down to my car, but we need to get like moving and grooving. If I like add a little bit of makeup before we go out tonight, I'll try and share that with you guys, but I doubt I will. And I actually I'm feeling really good about the face. I did just put another layer of self-tan on. I'm gonna be that person that smells like self-tan on the plane, but it's the like water like oil one from Isle of Paradise, so at least it's like there's no color guard. But I'll be curious to see how much more dark I get, but I feel like currently right now the face is matching well enough. So my base today, I ended up going to Target and purchasing the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I wanted this just because I don't know how long our day is gonna be. I don't know, and I wanted something that like was gonna grip my makeup. So I haven't tried the niacinamide one from e.l.f., but I've gone through the Power Grip, the Jelly Pop, which is also gripping, and then the Mint Melt, also gripping. Plus I think this is like $8 or $10. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna get it. So you'll see this in an upcoming makeup rehab. And then I was going back and forth between the Very Valentino foundation and the Guerlain, and the Guerlain just looks a little bit better on the skin. It's a little bit more long lasting, and it is a little bit more of like a match for me when I am self-tan. So we're bringing the Guerlain with. I'm very excited about it. What a beautiful foundation. This is also the one I brought with me to Vegas in December. So you know it's a good one. I'm traveling with it multiple times. I do have my Charlotte Tilbury Magic, sorry, why do I want to call it Magic? There was a magic in this name, right? The Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. Is there also a Magic Radiant? Or did anyway, we don't have time to be messing around with wondering about that. My under eye setting powder is my Givenchy Prism Libre in the shade Viola Rosé. And then I did set the rest of my face using my Bare Minerals Barepro 16 Hour Skin Perfecting Powder Foundation. Okay, 16 hours, that's like what I'm looking for here. And I have mine in the shade Light 22 Cool. So I set my face using that. So hopefully the face will stay on. My bronzer is from the Give Beauty Pick It Up Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo. I just have the bronzer on. I did not use the contour, so that is what is on for bronzer. And then for my blush, I did a mixture of the shade Twilight and Soleil out of the Lunar Beauty Moon Prism blush palette. This is like my favorite thing ever right now. Light is one that I recluttered from what decluttered makeup was at my mom's house, and it is the Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator in the shade Charming Pink. We love a pink. Ooh, we're looking like glowy. Who knows if I'll like that when I go to edit. Which also I plan to do maybe when I get to my room, or maybe like tomorrow morning I can do like, I'll show you everything that I packed with me. Anyway, I use my Hourglass finishing powder palette to just kind of like tie everything together. So this is also on my face. For my eyes, I actually just have on this ColourPop cream shadow or creme shadow in the shade Laurel, which is like essentially like a dupe for the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. This is actually quite old in my collection, and I've just recently started using it, and I actually really, really like it. So I have that on my eyes, and then I just went in with one shade in the crease. I figured we'd keep it kind of simple. See, I like when I do just like a simple neutral look. I need to stop doing these like heavy eye looks, but I just have a little bit of the shade Desert, the powder version, in my crease. I did use this also for the brows. Today, my mascara is the Rare Beauty mascara. I've really been liking this, and I find that it does not smudge everywhere. So hopefully when I land, I won't have mascara all over my face. And then I'm bringing so many lip products with me. My plain lip gloss is the Henricksen Pout Preserve, but what is on my lips right now, and I am absolutely loving. I'm like, do I need to bring both shades of my Too Faced lip jelly? This one is in the shade Bubblegum. I'm literally obsessed. I do feel like I have a little room. Should I also pack? Yeah, I'm gonna pack my Sour Watermelon, only because I feel like this will layer over top of my Fenty lip stains really beautifully. So we'll toss that in there. But right now it's the Too Faced in Bubblegum. And then I am bringing my MAC Fix Plus as well as my Revolution Sport Fix Plus, which I haven't. Oh, and I just remembered I need to make sure I have my hairspray. Anyway, yeah, we're set, hopefully. Those are all the things on my face today. Very simple and easy. Like I said, I'm very excited for this vlog. I don't know, I might, because I'm only gonna be gone 5 days, I might only do 5 looks, but then like kind of bring you along vlog style. And I think like I can fill in enough clips of things that we can make it still, like it'll still be a really long video. And doing like an additional 2 days that I'm like not in Vegas, I don't think necessarily makes sense. So it'll likely be 5 makeup looks. Maybe 6 though, because the day that we have like the fancy thing, I'll probably do my makeup twice. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, you guys. I don't know. We'll see where the week takes us, but this is everything on my face for travel day. Oh, and I just wanted to share really quick, give you an update in case you were following along in which fragrance I'm bringing on the trip. And I totally forgot that I'd purchased Fleur Mood Ring and kind of set this aside for this trip. So I'm gonna bring this, but I'm also gonna bring with the Netty Coco Fleur. I purchased the Sephora Favorites set during the VIB sale that you got like a bunch of little samples, then you could redeem your little certificate for a travel size. Okay, let me just show you. This is how this shipped. And I was reading through reviews and saw a lot of people talking about how like the product didn't leak clearly because there was no like, nothing was damp in the packaging, but like they send you a bottle that's only like 3/4 full, and that is also the experience that I had. So that's a little bit disappointing, but this is what I currently have on right now. It's a very interesting scent. I don't know how to even really describe it. It definitely has a summery feel to it. It's almost like a coconutty floral, and there is like a part of it that is giving popcorn, like buttered popcorn, but not in a bad way. It is a more like complex scent than just like a simple coconut scent, but I'm really excited because it does have like a warm weather feel to it. And I feel like between these two, they're gonna make the perfect scent for this specific trip. I do really like to buy a new fragrance for every trip that I take. I think it was Jessica Bruin, either that or Lauren from Lauren Made Beauty, that I first heard talking about like buying a scent for each trip so that the scent memory kind of brings you back to that trip. And I have done that ever since. It works so well. I love it so much. So I'm like, then can I do 2? I still might do 2. I'm bringing both. So, and I have this little sample of the Coco Fleur too. So we're gonna bring it all. Or should I leave this one here and just bring this? Like, will this be enough for 5 days? Yeah, probably. So maybe I'll leave this here so less chance of breaking. Okay. Bye, guys. We'll see you in a bit. Okay, I feel like the light is coming in very heavy. Like, can you even see? Can you even see? Love the way my arms are looking either, but that's okay. We're just gonna roll with it. Okay, today I am headed out. It's a long day of like seminars and like group activities like that. Tonight, we're talking about potentially going to the B-52s. They sing like Love Shack, which I think will be so much fun, but we'll save that for later. So I tried to do something a little bit lighter today, even though it's gonna be a long day. I wasn't wanting to go like full glam on the face. So I used my Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen for my primer. And then for my base, I spot concealed like where I have like active breakouts with my Charlotte Tilbury concealer, and I also use this underneath my eyes, and then I went over it with my Super Goop Protect Tint Daily SPF 50, and I really like the way that these two paired together. My only complaint is that this is definitely too light for my self-tan shade, but it's okay, we're making it work. So then I went in with my Rare Beauty bronzing stick all over the face to bronze it up, bring it some warmth. This is in the shade Happy Soul. And then for my blush, I mixed these two together. This is the Kaja like blush stick in the shade Cranberry Cooler, and I mixed it with my Fenty Beauty Fenty Glow Cheeks Out highlighting blush product. And then I did set my face using the Bare Minerals Barepro, just because it is going to be a longer day. I wanted to set my face. Also, I feel like we'll be sitting, and inevitably I know I'll like probably go like this or touch my face, because that's just like who I am. And then I did go over it with Hourglass, with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette, just to kind of add a little bit of a glow back. And then my mascara is just the Rare Beauty mascara. Brows are my Danessa Myricks palette, and we're going to reapply some lip. I have been absolutely obsessed with the Too Faced Kissing Jelly lip gloss. And that is the look today. I am on the 24th floor, but I don't know how well you'll be able to see like my view. Let's see though, can we get a better look of, there is the makeup, like is that better? Is it? Is it? Anyway, I should run, eat some breakfast. They didn't have Celsius's where I went, so I'm having to suffer through a Monster Ultra Sunrise, which actually is really good. It kind of tastes like Orange Crush. So cheers, and I'll catch you guys in a little bit. Okay, you guys, I don't know if I'm gonna have time to show my makeup at the end because I'm like in a rush. It is 6:30 and I'm supposed to meet people at 6:45. We're in the midst of doing our makeup. My dress got wet, but how cute is this dress? It might be a little bit hot because it's long sleeved, but I got it off Amazon and I think it's super cute. We are about to go to dinner, and then we are going to the B-52s tonight, which I'm really excited about. They sing like Love Shack, baby Love Shack. Feeling a little nervous right now because I do have my Give Beauty, the contour. I was like, oh, it seems like a good day to contour my nose. What is happening? And then try contouring my face. So currently for my base, I have on my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, and then I also went in with my Guerlain foundation. My concealer, I actually went with my Tower 28, and I'm wondering if I need to like possibly do this to try and like fix a little bit of what we have going on. I might have just made it worse. We'll see. I don't think I'm gonna have a lot of time to do the eyes, which is actually probably good for me. I feel like I've actually been liking like this really like light eye, and if I have too much time, I go way too heavy-handed. So just putting on my NARS smudge proof eyeshadow primer, and I'm gonna let this sit for a minute while I blend out the rest of my concealer. Then, like I said, we possibly made this work. I haven't set with powder yet though, so that is a plus. And I also feel like I just made that way worse. I probably did. I'm super excited because we got tickets to go to Wet Republic tomorrow, me and some of the girls. And Zed is playing, and I used to be a rave girly, you guys. I used to be a rave girly. I think I did see Zed, or maybe it was Hardwell. I don't know if I've seen Zed yet, so I'm very excited for that. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my Givenchy Prism Libre powder and set, hopefully, the beef where we're going to see the B-52s somewhere at the Venetian. Hopefully it'll be just dark so that if my makeup looks terrible, that we're still doing good. I'm concerned. I did want to go in a little with the same combo I had on. Oh no, did I actually do that? Or was it just hot in the hotel room? Shoot. Okay, I'm going in with the Kaja Cranberry Cooler Dewy Bar with my Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out and Fenty Glow. And basically I put a little bit of the Kaja on the back of my hand, and then I go in just with this e.l.f. brush. This is what I did earlier. Again, we're kind of flying by the seat of our pants here a little bit. But I do plan to go over with powder so we can fix this. Hopefully. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the Saie Pinkglow Glow Sculpt because I want to be glowy. Should I bring a little of this on my nose? Sure. Okay, just gonna blend this out just a bit with a beauty sponge, and that like isn't even like, that didn't even add that much. Okay, we're gonna go in with my Bare Minerals powder. We are going to powder the whole face. Oh no, my brush feels a little wet. Oh well. I feel like that took like almost everything away. Okay, I'm gonna take the bronzer from the Give Beauty duo, and we are going to heavily bronze up the face because right now my face is significantly lighter than the rest of my body. Okay, for blush, I'm gonna do a mixture of this and this. Twilight and Soleil. We are looking bronzed to the heavens now. I really do like that bronzer from Give Beauty. Maybe it doesn't look great on camera. Maybe it doesn't look great in person. I'm gonna bring just a little bit of bronzer down here. Okay, brows, we have Sculpted from the Danessa Myricks. The brows have looked better. I want to go a red lip with this red. Ew, this might be a little much, especially because I'm being a bit sloppy with it. Fenty Strawberry Sangria. I do still want to like French braid my hair too. I don't know that we're gonna do the French braid. We might not get to doing French braids. I might have to hope I haven't had too many cocktails later and I can French braid my hair tonight. That is the plan. I suppose I could French braid in the morning, but I'm wanting to do, we have like a really fancy like black and white dinner and award ceremony tomorrow, and so I'm wanting to do like a curly haired look, so I want to do French braids to like help assist with that. Okay, and then for eyes, I'm running out of time. I'm literally just gonna take Smarty Pants from the Tartelette in Bloom and just like put this in the crease, and I feel like because I have a bold lip, it'll just hopefully work, and we're gonna call it good. Super sloppy, and it works. I'm just gonna go in with the Nabla Cupid's Bow eyeliner in number 7 and just do a little bit there. My Makeup Revolution Sport Fix. Like, I should swish with some mouthwash, and then I'm going to do my Rare Beauty mascara. Okay, I'm going to take just a little bit of my Hourglass whatever and just try and like make things a little bit more flawless. Good enough. Honestly, I'm happy with it. I'm just curious how my Sour Watermelon Kissing Lip Jelly is going to layer perfectly. All right, we've got a heated lash curl happening. What time is it? Oh shit, 6:45. Today I did my Mood Ring scent from Fleur. That's like my daytime, and now I'm doing the Netty Cocoa Fleur. Okay, we've got my hoops, and then all we have to do, oh no, is fix my pony. I want to get some good volume going. Let's see what happens. Please come together. Perfect. Works for me. Okay, the only other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of, I think, Bark in the cream and just try to like actually fill in my colic right here. Just, oh, that didn't work so well. Well, there we go. Perfect. I gotta run. Okay, you guys, of course, it was just like to go, and I basically fell off from doing my makeup oh my gosh, makeup diaries after you guys saw the last one, which would have been the B52s. So I thought I would kind of just like show you what else I did, because I really fell in love with a more light coverage makeup look that I did that I think I'm gonna wear to work more frequently now. So it's a few days later. They did lose my luggage on a direct flight home. Not sure how that happened, but I'm planning to wear the same look to work today that I wore the next day for like our morning presentations after the B52. So I'm gonna like catch you up to speed. We're not in Vegas anymore. I do have some pictures, some videos to share, so I will try and insert clips too to kind of like make it fun. But for the second day of work, I wanted to do something just like lighter and easy, because I know I'd be taking my makeup off that day. We only had like 3 hours of like morning stuff to do, like work wise, and then we had a break for about 5 hours, and our group planned to go to the pool. Zed was at the Wet Republic, which I used to go to so many like raves, DJ events, but Zed is someone that I never saw, so I was so excited to see Zed. And I knew I'd be taking my makeup off and likely like redoing it again. I actually didn't, so I wore this to Zed as well, and I'm sure my makeup was all but worn off. But one of the products that I wore had high SPF, so I was hoping it would give me the coverage I needed. As you can see, potentially, it's a few days later. We're still looking a little red, rosy, and freckled, so I definitely burnt. And I feel like I haven't actually sunburnt in quite a while, so it's a little jarring to remember what it's like to be sunburnt. I did really want to quickly share, I brought this traveling with me. It's like one of my favorite makeup travel items. It's just this like makeup mirror that has lights, and you can just kind of like prop up like this. It's so perfect for travel, and I got it for like $20 on Amazon. So if you're interested in something like this, I'll leave it linked down below. But I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. This is the one with niacinamide. I actually really enjoyed using this while I was out there, and I feel like this was definitely my most used primer, just because we did have like really long days, and also I just like really wanted my makeup to last, and this has such a good grip to it. I feel like I was not a huge fan of the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, but then I was like really wanting a gripping primer, and the LYS one was out of stock. That's why I like probably top gripping primer, just because it literally feels like glue. But this is the same, and I believe this is $10. So I was really enjoying this. And then I actually did like really, for me, I barely did any eye makeup, even for like our like big event, like our like awards dinner and event at the end. I did like really light eye makeup. I will also recreate that look for you guys. But for this look, I'm just going in with my Tower 28 concealer. And then I'll obviously blend this out. I just prefer, I've been really preferring to do my concealer first and blend it out and then go over with foundation. I've just been finding I like that blend better. I feel like it looks just a little bit more seamless on me. But then I would mix my Drunk Elephant Debronzy with my Super Goop Power Tint. I've really been enjoying this, but it's definitely not my self-tan shade. So I was just using the Drunk Elephant Debronzy drops to kind of match where I was at. I also self-tanned right before going, so even when it wasn't like real sunburn, it didn't match. So I just literally kind of guess and mix the two of those together in my hands, because I was in such a hurry every day to get ready. I did not have time to like be super precise. I just feel like this gives a really like it kind of smooths the skin out a little bit, and then it gives this really beautiful glow to the skin as well. And I was just living for it. Then I would just like use my beauty sponge and just kind of like blend everything together, make sure it was like absolutely seamless. Okay, so as you can tell, like my skin still very much shows through, but I feel like it just like kind of adds like a filtered glow, just like the slightest filter. Like we still have our imperfections and that's fine. But then I would take my Rare Beauty bronzing stick, and I specifically brought Happy Soul with me, which my sister recently gave me one of the lighter shades, maybe the lightest shade. But I figured because I would be self-tan, this one would match me a little bit better. And so this was my bronzer. Okay, we do eventually like make it look a little bit better. I'm looking a little crazy. Okay, I'm pretty sure the day that I filmed like my first, like what I was wearing, I think I left this Kaja like cream blush stick sitting by the window and it like very much melted, so that's a little dirty. But I also used this shade Peach Cobbler on day 2 or day 2.5. And for me, I kind of just like put it on the back of my hand and then I would pick it up on this brush. This is just an old e.l.f. brush that I brought with. And I just, like, I like literally was going so fast, I didn't really care like how perfect, like if everything was like so perfectly placed on my face. This is literally what I was doing. And I was like, good enough. So I was like, okay, it just kind of looks like I spent so much time in the sun, which I love. And now I'm like, okay, now we're like not matching at all. I'm gonna have to wear like a turtleneck to work today. Yikes. Okay, my go-to eye makeup look out there. So I would take my NARS Smudge Proof shadow primer, blend that out, and then I would let it sit for a minute. And I'm clearly digging eye crusties out of my eyes. I would let it sit for a minute, and then I'm gonna go in with my ColourPop Laurel Cream Shadow. I don't think that they make this anymore, but it's essentially just like a light, very light, almost like lid setting shade. While I wait for my eyes to set, I am going to set my face with my Bare Minerals Barepro. I did do that, even though like obviously I'm going for like more of like a cream shadow sort of look, but I also knew that I would have like, that it would be like long days, and I didn't want the entirety of my makeup coming off. So I would literally just do this, which kind of like brought everything down a little bit too, which is perfectly fine. Okay, so then I'm just gonna take Laurel, and I literally just used my finger and blended this onto my whole lid. I'm really disappointed. I've had this in my collection probably since like 2021, and I just started using it, it feels like. I maybe used it a little bit in 2021. It really is still very creamy, which is shocking, but I feel like it's like my perfect lid setting shade. So even like if I were to just leave the look like this and then add brows, I'd be good. But I did always add, for my Tartelette in Bloom, busting the Tartelette in Bloom just back out, and then I would go in with the shade Smarty Pants in the crease. And this was literally my look the entire weekend. The night that we had the like gala dinner, I added one sparkly shade out of my Urban Decay Stone Vibes, but I brought with my Glaminatrix Nearly Natural palette and I didn't use it. I was shocked. And I just actually like, I feel like every day I'm like, oh, I just want to do like a lighter look, nothing too heavy on the eyes because of my eye shape. And I finally like didn't have the time to do anything too heavy on the eyes, and I was like, dang, I really do just like a very simple eye look on me. Now granted, on the weekends, especially like on the weekends when I film, it's fun to like play around with other things, and I will still play around. But it's nice to know like, I can just do this for work. And honestly, I've only been filming for 13 minutes. Like I can do this look very quickly. Okay, so I would do that. For my brows, I did still use, even if I was doing something lighter, I used my Danessa Myricks Groundworks palette. Okay, and then once my brows were done, I would literally just comb through with the brow glue. Okay, and then today, I feel like maybe because I'm tired, I don't know. I feel like we're looking still like my under eyes are not smooth enough, so I don't believe maybe I did. I feel like I always use my Givenchy under my eyes, but I forgot. So I'm gonna take my Givenchy Prism Libre powder and just add this underneath the eyes, just to add a little bit more smoothness underneath the eyes and a little bit more life. Like, can you tell the difference? I feel like I can, but maybe I'm crazy. And then I'm just gonna brush away if there is little excess there. Okay, perfect. And then I'm someone who typically likes to almost always have like a liner in my waterline, so I would do my brown eyeliner every morning. And I just right now have the Nabla Cupids Arrow. This one is in the shade 7. This was not the one I brought with me. I brought Cupids Arrow shade 2 as well as my Ilia. I just cannot, like, they're floating around somewhere I'm sure, but I cannot find them right now. Okay, then I would top everything off. Because I didn't add a highlight, I would go in with a mixture of blush and highlight just to kind of set my blush and highlight. And I'm pretty sure this is the only blush combination I wore the entire weekend. Twilight and Soleil from the Lunar Beauty Moon Prism blush palette. I don't believe you can still get this blush palette, but if it were to ever get like restocked or re-released, I could not recommend this blush palette more. See, then I just feel like it makes my tan look less harsh, but it looks like I spent every waking moment like getting a sunburn, kind of, which I love. Not the actual burning part, but looking like it. Okay, I'm definitely gonna need to figure out like something to bring down my neck, but to finish it up, my mascara that I was using was the Rare Beauty. I also brought the Ilia Limitless, but I just used the Rare Beauty on its own the entire time. And I think I might have a new favorite mascara. This mascara is like so impressive. I feel like it gives me length and volume, and I am just so here for, and it just like makes your lashes look like they have fluffy volume, not like this like spidery clumpy situation going on. And of course I brought my heated lash curler, because no matter what, I feel like I never like I don't know, I just feel like nothing good ever happens with the curl of my lash. And my lip for the day, I have been so obsessed with this. This is the Kissing Lip Jelly from Too Faced, and my favorite shade is Bubblegum. I also have Sour Watermelon. Both are really, really nice. Like, I love the way that they feel on the lips. I just like Bubblegum because it has this really fun pink like sparkliness to it, and I just feel like against like the tan, against like the warmth that the bronzer is giving, I just was living for it. So I'm gonna curl my lashes really quick, although the curl today is looking better than normal. I feel, at least I feel like the curl is looking better on this eye, my right eye, and normally it looks better on my left in my opinion. And this is what I wore to the second day. It was basically just like beginning like speakers, and then like I said, we had time to go to the pool after that, so I also basically wore this entire same look to the pool. And I will say that day I didn't feel like my face burned, and we were literally out by the pool from like 11:30 to 4 o'clock, so that was impressive. I was not as diligent about my sunscreen the next day. But I mean, are we loving the shine that these lips give? And I just like something a little bit lighter, especially for work, so it doesn't necessarily look like I'm like going to the club every day when I go to work, because my eyes are so dramatic. So this is day whatever. I think this is the third look that I'm showing you. So now on to what we did for the gala. I'm here to show you the final look, because the last couple of days were really just like a pool day and like a hangout walk day. So I basically just did the same thing with like my Super Goop SPF. So this is the final look I'm gonna be showing you in this Vegas vlog makeup diaries. And this is the look that I did to our black and white awards ceremony dinner. And let me tell you, leading up to our work trip for the last like couple of months, we were told, get your gowns early. Some people get like the glam squad to like literally come to their hotel room to like do their makeup. So I'm like stressed. I'm thinking I'm gonna spend like hours on my makeup. But then a couple of the people that were there for work were like, Steph, we're going to Zed, you should come. So we go. As we're getting in, we're told that Zed's set is gonna start at 3. And the girls I was with were like, we have a hard stop at 4. So we stayed till 4. We had to be down to the dinner at 5:30. So I basically went from this to this. I currently have my hair in French braids like I did at Zed, so that I could show you guys how I am able to kind of like cheat. Because I have thick hair, it's really easy for me to like cheat and get curls like in the other picture that I was showing you quite quickly. So I figured I would show that to you today as well. But let's start with what I wore to the awards dinner. So for my primer, I went in with the e.l.f. Power Grip. We had the awards dinner, and then after that, Pitbull performed for us. So I'll try and throw in a few clips of Pitbull. And that was so entertaining and so much fun. I was absolutely exhausted after Zed. Like, we were out in the baking sun all day and then I was exhausted, and then there was Pitbull after that. So by the time Pitbull ended, I was literally strolling through the hotel barefoot because I didn't want to wear my heels anymore. And one of my doctors was like, it is a total vibe that you are literally strolling through the casino just barefoot. Like, could not find a single fuck to give at that point in time. But this was my primer, and then I went in with my Guerlain Healthy Glow foundation. As I was applying this today, I was just like, I think this is my new like favorite. Like, I think this even tops Dior for me. There is just something this does to the skin where it's not like super glowy, but it still looks healthy, but it's kind of like this satin matte finish, and it really just smooths and blurs the skin. I feel so pretty and so confident in it, and it just lasts all day. So this was my base. I also went in with my Charlotte Tilbury concealer for concealer. I'm sorry that the train is so annoying. Like, I swear it like is just so, like, it's so aggressively choo-choos. Like, I'm like, come on, we get it. For my under eyes, I set my face with my Givenchy Prism Libre. I have the shade Viola Rosé. And then for my full face setting, I went in with my Bare Minerals Barepro powder. I have the shade Light 22 Cool. For my bronzer, I just used the powder portion of the Give Beauty bronzer contour. This is like heavily pigmented, and you can easily go like too heavy, but I love a tan. Like, I love a bronze. So I'm okay with an aggressive bronze, but I just do want to point that out. But this is one of my favorite bronzers currently in my collection. So this is what was the bronzer. And then for blush, I actually mixed these two cream blushes again because I wanted something like a little bit more like sultry and like nude, but like sultry nude. So I went in with the Kaja Dewy Bar in the shade Cranberry Cooler and mixed it with Fenty Glow to kind of tone this down just a little bit. And then I wasn't like absolutely in love with the way that that looked on the skin, so I did go over top with my Moon Prism palette, and I just topped a little bit of Soleil to just add a little bit of glow, add a little bit more of a glow to the cheek. I did also go in for highlight with my Saie Glow Sculpt in the shade Pinkglow, and this was the only highlight that I used. I wanted it to kind of look like a wet highlight that wasn't like powder sitting on my skin, and I also just like couldn't be bothered and didn't have the time to set it with a powder highlight. My brows was my Danessa Myricks Groundworks palette, and then I just combed through it with my Benefit brow setter. I did use the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Trio to kind of as a finishing powder to hopefully smooth everything together, but I swear at that point I just really didn't care. And then for my eyes, you guys, I thought I was gonna do the most glam eyeshadow look ever, and this is what we did, and I was totally cool with it. So I went in with the shade Smarty Pants out of the Tartelette in Bloom palette, and then for the lids, add just a little bit of something. I went in with the shade Tiger Eye out of the Stone Vibes palette from Urban Decay, and that is, oh, and then for my eyeliner, where is it? I just had it. Is my Nabla? Yes, here it is. The Nabla Cupid's bow in Arrow number 2, or the Nabla Arrow number 2 is in my waterline. And then I just used the Rare Beauty, it's sitting over by my door, the Rare Beauty mascara, curled my lashes, and this is the look. I did have hoops in. And then, oh, for my lips, I don't even think I went in with the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner, but I did today. And then I went over top, and this was my lip gloss for the night. It was the Lawless Forget the Ship filler in the shade Nude, and that is what I wore to the gala. For my evening time fragrance, I went on with the, is it Net or Netty? Can someone please comment that below? The Cocoa Fleur fragrance, which actually today I have on. Shockingly, it is a gloomy day, but we're inching towards summer obviously, but I have on the Woodphoria, or the Boy Smells Woodphoria mixed with a little bit of Sweet Ash from Sniff, and I'm really digging it. I'm digging it. But let me show you guys. Okay, so as I said, I went from this to this, and I literally just, all I do is obviously take my French braids out. I usually, before French braiding my hair, I go in with the IGK Rich Kid Wave Enhancing Air Dry Cream. This is a really thick cream. It's definitely gonna probably feel too heavy, especially if you have like fine hair, but it works really, really well for me. So I do that before I French braid my hair. And usually I keep my French braids in for at least 24 hours. And then I'll spray it before I take it out as well. And then I spray it after I take it out. Right now I have the R & Co Stronghold Flexible Hairspray. I also brought the R & Co hairspray with me to Vegas. So the one thing I will say is sometimes, because obviously it's like a tighter braid up top, sometimes I have to like really work with it. For that, I kind of just did like a heavy side part and just hoped that it worked. So then I just kind of, I'm all over the place. I just shake my hair out. Like no rhyme or reason, just super messily. And then just like try and get it to like sit in a way that doesn't look like too poofy, and obviously heavily hairspray it. I remember when I was in Las Vegas, I had my curling iron and I was trying to like curl a couple extra pieces just to make it like fit together, but I don't know what was going on. My curling iron was definitely hot, but it just, my hair wasn't holding a curl. I think it had said to me like, girl, we were just out in the pool, out by the pool, out in the hot blazing sun, dancing for 5 hours, and now you want me to like hold an additional curl? Like, But anyway, that is the final look that I have to share with you guys. Okay, if I piece this together in the way that I think, you will have just seen some clips of Pitbull, but I wanted to wrap up this video by sharing with you my makeup bag. Things, as usual, didn't go as planned. I was really hoping that I was going to like arrive in Vegas and like unpack my makeup bag in Vegas and kind of show you guys me unpacking my makeup in like the hotel room, but it was seriously go. I didn't have like a moment to like breathe or do anything. So as I am now home, I will unpack this and let you guys know everything that I brought with me, and I can kind of share whether or not I use the products or not. Things are not in a very nice order right now at all, but that's okay. Okay. So let's quickly get into, let's do these two first. These are very easy. I brought 2 setting sprays with me and I used both of these. I enjoyed having both of these with me. Not everyone's gonna wanna bring 2 setting sprays with them, but in my large Ally Glines bag, we made it work and they fit. So I had my MAC Fix Plus and my Makeup Revolution Sport Fix. This was nice to kind of melt my powders together as I was doing my makeup, even though I didn't do, like, I maybe used this 2 of the times that I did my makeup, but then I always set with my Revolution Sport Fix, which I'm gonna set a little bit more now because I don't know if I set my face today. So those two were my setting sprays. For primer, I had 3. Yes, I had 3 primers that I brought with me. So I brought my Super Goop Unseen Sunscreen. I'm trying to use this up. And I believe I used this one of the days, but I did not rely on this as my only SPF because this is expired technically. I probably could have left this at home because I did end up bringing my Super Goop Super Tint like Protect SPF. And so I mostly was using my e.l.f. Power Grip primer, the niacinamide. I actually went and bought this like the day before I left because I wanted a gripping primer and I didn't want to bring, the only other gripping primer currently in my collection is my brand new one from Patrick Starr's One Size, and I just didn't want to bring that big glass bottle with me. So I picked up the e.l.f. Power Grip. Really have been enjoying this. I didn't love the first e.l.f. Power Grip, and they're quite similar, I'm sure. But maybe I just have more of an appreciation for gripping primers now. So this is primarily what I used. And then I also brought the Milani Chill Out Soothing Primer. And I think the only day I used this was the day we flew out to Las Vegas. Like I think I used it to do my makeup that day, but I don't believe I used this any other like time out there. I'm just gonna share this right now because it's sitting right on top. This is my Danessa Myricks Groundworks palette. I use this for brows every single day, so this came with me. I have all of my brushes, which I need to unpack. All right, what else do we have? Okay, so for foundation, I brought these 2 foundations. I brought my Guerlain Healthy Glow foundation, and I used this. So I wore this when we flew out because I wanted my makeup to look perfected and flawless all day because I knew we were gonna have a longer than like 12-hour day. So I wore this out there, and then I also wore this to our like gala awards dinner. But aside from that, I wore my Super Goop Protect Tint Daily SPF. I've really been enjoying this. This is definitely not my self tan or summer shade, so I am considering potentially picking up a summer shade in this because it just gives this really beautiful glow. I actually wore this, so I put this on at like 9 a.m. on the day that we went to Zed. We had stuff going on to like 11:30, and then we were out by the pool from like 11:30 to 4, and I did not burn that day. So I feel like this works really well, and I definitely want to pick up my summer shade. For reference, this is the shade 20C, and it's too light for me for the summertime. Oh, I swear I brought with me, I also think, I don't know where it is. Oh yeah, I have, oh my gosh, I brought way too much makeup as always. I actually did also bring my Tula Filter Primer because this is a bit more of like a tinted primer. So I felt like this could help match my face to my body if I was just doing a primer because my face is always lighter than my body. I didn't end up reaching for this at all, but I did mix in my Drunk Elephant De-Bronzy drops to try and match the Super Goop SPF a little bit better, and I feel like it helped, but I definitely just also want to get a second one of these because I've really been enjoying that. I'm like overwhelmed by how much of a disaster this is. I still can't make sense of it all. Here's my Givenchy Prism Libre powder. This is the only loose powder that I brought, and then for my pressed powder, I'm so sorry if you can hear the water. I'm running my dishwasher right now and I don't want to like pause it. Anyway, I brought my Bare Minerals Barepro powder for a setting powder. This is in the shade Light 22 Cool. I really like this powder. I actually did go ahead and purchase this in a full size last year, but I'm trying to finish this one up first. This is a really beautiful job of kind of like filtering the face and also setting your makeup so it lasts all day. So I was really glad to have that with me. I did also bring my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Trio as well, and I did reach for this just about every single day to kind of use as a finishing powder, add a little bit of glow back to my face, and also just kind of like blend my bronzer out a little bit better so it looked a little bit more even. Speaking of bronzer, I brought 2 liquid bronzers and then my Give Beauty bronzer contour duo. So this has a contour and a powder bronzer. I did use both products in this, and then I also used both of the other bronzers that I brought with me. So I brought with me the Rare Beauty bronzer stick. I have the shade Happy Soul. I reached for this actually quite frequently. I think I reached for this 3 times while I was out there. And then one of the last days I was out there, I reached into the Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Dune. And I also really like this. This was my first experience with one of the Glossier liquid bronzers. They sent them to me and I just hadn't gotten around to testing them. So I brought this out with me just to kind of see if I would get use out of it. And this is really beautiful for just adding a bit of warmth to the cheeks, but it's because it's such a thin liquid product, it's so seamless and it really does just add this really beautiful sun-kissed glow to the cheek. Last day out there was just like a relax pool day before flying home, and so I just did really light makeup and added this, and I loved the way that that looked. For blush, we have a lot happening for blush. Yes, I'm like, what did I bring out for powder blush even? Oh, that's right. Okay, I brought out, I'm shocked I didn't use this actually, I brought out the Laura Mercier Fresco blush. This is like my favorite warm toned nude blush, but I actually, for a powder blush, only ended up reaching into my Lunar Beauty Moon Prism palette. I swear that's like the only blushes I've been reaching for this year, but I did bring this out with me. I did bring 3 cream blushes out with me. Actually, I brought 4. Where is the 4? Okay. So I brought out 2 of the Kaja Dewy Bars. They sent the entire range to me. Again, I hadn't gotten around to testing these and I really wanted to. So I brought out the shade Cranberry Cooler, which is on my cheeks today. And then I also brought out Grapefruit Gelato. I'm actually really impressed with the staying power of both of these products. They lasted all day. Like the pigment was still there. And I think that they are so beautiful. They add this really beautiful color to the cheeks with, it's like a healthy, juicy, cheeky glow. And I have really been impressed with both of these. I reached for one of these 2 every single day that I was there. So I feel like that says something. And then I also brought, where did I just put it? Oh, I also brought the Fenty Cheeks Out Cream Blush in the shade Fenty Glow. And I actually mixed this with the Dewy Cranberry Bar to kind of neutralize this, tone it down just a little bit. And I really enjoyed that look as well. So, and then as mentioned, I did bring the Lunar Beauty Moon Prism palette out there, and I really just mixed the shade Twilight and Soleil every single day to give this really beautiful like peachy orangey glow to the cheeks, and I freaking loved it. So glad to have this in my life. I freaking love a blush palette these days. Like I love a face palette. Who even am I? I feel like if you told me that 3 years ago, I would have said you were crazy. Oh, and then I also brought out the Huda Beauty Coral Cutie blush. I feel like I did reach into this. Like I feel like maybe I had like a cocktail at the pool and then was getting ready and reached into this and didn't put the lid on right. That's kind of what it looks like. But I also don't remember reaching for this at all. Pretty similar to the shade Grapefruit Gelato, maybe just a little bit more bright coral, but also this really does sheer out quite a bit. Again, I don't think I reached for this, so I need to reach for that sometime this summer. Okay, highlight. I had 2 powder highlights. Yes, 2 powder highlights and then 2 like cream / liquid. So I did bring my Saie Glow Sculpt in the shade Pinkglow. I believe I reached for this one day that we were down there. A little bit more cool toned than I was wanting while I was out there. And then I did also bring the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Beauty Light Wand in Pillow Talk. And I didn't reach for this one at all. So didn't need to bring that. I also brought out the ABH Amrezy, which I didn't reach for at all, so I probably shouldn't have risked bringing this out there, but I definitely want to get some use out of this summer, potentially roll it into a project pan of some kind, because I used to love this so much and I feel like it's been neglected lately. And then I also brought out the Laura Geller Charming Pink Baked Gelato Swirl. I actually recently recluttered this into my collection from my decluttered bin, which was at my mom's house. And I only wore this out there the day that we flew out there. Aside from that, I actually just relied on my other complexion products for a glow. I really didn't highlight much while out there, which is kind of interesting. For eyes, I did bring my NARS Smudge Proof for my like eyeshadow primer, and then I also brought out my NYX glitter primer because I always like to use both of these. And then I've been really into the ColourPop Creme Shadow in the shade Laurel lately. This is kind of like a dupe for the MAC Painterly Paint Pot, but I used this just about every single day that I was out there. For my palettes, you guys, I barely wore eyeshadow while I was out there. So Tartelette and Bloom I wore every single day, but I only used the shade Smarty Pants. That's literally it. I did end up bringing some of my single shadows, so I took 2 single shadows out of the Bella Beauté Bar Angles of Illumination palette. These 2 right here. I have a JD Glow, 2 JD Glows I think, and then I have a random like single from I think the Some Color Pop palette. I did not reach for these singles at all while down there. I did reach into my Urban Decay Stone Vibes palette once. I reached into the shade Tiger's Eye and just basically topped my lids with that. It is a really beautiful, very sparkly shade, so I do really enjoy that. I actually brought this with me when I went to Vegas in December as well and used the same shade. And then I also brought the ColourPop Limoncello palette because I love to travel with this palette and thought this would give me a little variety that I didn't already have in my palettes. But like I said, I was just going so quickly that I really didn't care to spend time on my eye makeup. So I didn't reach for that at all, nor did I reach for the Glaminatrix Nearly Natural palette. I thought I would use this for awards dinner night, but we were like racing in from the pool. We had like an hour to get ready between like end of Wet Republic Zed and like start of the awards dinner, and so I like couldn't be bothered to do some dramatic look with my eyes, so I actually didn't end up reaching for this palette at all either. I have so many lip products. I'm so sorry you guys, I brought Peach Cobbler with me, which is pretty similar to the Huda Beauty Coral Cutie. I reached for this the other morning, Grapefruit Gelato, but this one didn't actually come with me. Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention, I also brought with me the Charlotte Tilbury Radiant Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. I reached for this for awards dinner night as well as the day that we flew out there, but I mostly was reaching for my Tower 28 concealer. I fell back in love with the Tower 28 concealer, which I don't think I've mentioned yet, but this was my most used concealer of the trip. Also for brows, I did bring with the Benefit 24-hour brow setter, which I used every single day to comb through and set my brows. And then I also brought the Benefit brow tint just in case I wanted to add a little bit of extra anything. I maybe reached for this like once while I was out there, could have taken it or left it. And then I brought the Nabla eyeliner in the shade 2, which I did reach for every single day. I love a brown eyeliner in the waterline. I also brought the Benefit Precisely My Brow, so I had a brow pencil with me, but I didn't reach for this at all. And then I'm seeing now, oh yeah, I did bring lashes out there, so I had a lash glue. Didn't reach for the lashes. I did also bring my Hindash liquid liner out there because I thought maybe I would want to like tight line. I also didn't reach for this. Again, just like going too quickly. I brought 2 lip liners out. I brought the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Iconic Nude, which I used just about every single day. And then I also brought with MAC Strip Down, which I did not reach for at all. I'm gonna do my 3 mascaras quick and then we can wrap up with lips because I swear I brought like 10 lip products. So I brought Tarte Lights Camera Splashes so that I could have a waterproof mascara. Didn't reach for this. I also brought the Ilia, not the Limitless mascara, but the other one. Also didn't reach for this. The only mascara I reached for was the Rare Beauty, and I used it on its own, which is saying something about how I feel about the Rare Beauty mascara because typically I like to cocktail my mascaras and at least layer 2 or 3 at a time. So I feel like that says something about the Rare Beauty. I've really been enjoying it. Then we made it to lips. So let's do the lip products that I didn't use. These are the 3 I didn't use. I brought both Fenty Beauty lip stains with me. I did not use Zesty Bestie. I did, however, use Strawberry Sangria. I used this one night, and I'm glad that I brought a lip stain with me. I also did not reach for the Tarte Color Splash in Beach Babe, nor did I reach for the Bite Beauty Orange Fizz lipstick. I just cannot be bothered with lipsticks, you guys. I mostly reached for my Tower 28 Kissing Jelly lip gloss in the shade Bubblegum, but I also brought with Sour Watermelon, and these were definitely my most used lip products of the trip. They were with me like every single day that we had classes or seminars or speakers. They were with me in my little like fanny pack that I brought with me to the pool, which let me just show you guys. I will leave this linked. This is like one of my favorite purchases of the year. It's from the brand Vacation. You can get the blue version on Amazon and you can get, I think, also the blue version at Ulta. I got the pink version at Urban Outfitters is where I found this. But it's just like a clear fanny pack, which everywhere you go these days, I feel like if it's like entry, you need something that's like see-through. So this was so handy, and it came with a couple of like vacation products. So just had to shout that out. I was really glad that I had that. I did bring 2 Lawless Forget the Fillers. I brought Juicy Watermelon as well as Nude. I thought I also had Lavender Sorbet, but maybe not. I reached for both of these. I brought Juicy Watermelon with me also just about every single place that I went, and loved having that with. I actually don't think I reached for my Buxom Full-On Plumping Lip Polish in the shade Samantha at all. Again, I was mostly using either my Lawless Forget the Filler or the Too Faced Kissing Lip Jelly. I also brought with, Charlotte Tilbury Very Victoria. I don't think I reached for this either. I don't remember reaching for that. And then I also brought the Ole Henriksen Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment. I have mine in the shade Cocoa Creme. I brought this with me on the plane both ways. This is such a comfortable, hydrating lip product. I also put this on every single night before bed to help keep my lips as hydrated as possible. So highly recommend this product. This is something that I want. They released like a bright coral shade and it sold out, and I don't think they sell it anymore, but I want them to release like a bright coral shade for the summer. I would love that. I definitely want to pick more of these up, and again, I highly recommend that. So those are all of the makeup products that I brought with. I thought I would quickly share just the skincare that I brought. Just this my cute little Drunk Elephant bag that I love so freaking much. It's so adorable. I love the neon yellow, and I love just like the shape of this as well. And then it has like a little wrist strap. But I brought with me the Bioma Hydrating Recovery Oil. This is incredible for hydration, so I used this every night and was so glad I had that with me. I also had this little trial size of the Clinique All About Clean Rinse Off Foaming Cleanser. This actually makes my skin feel so clean. Like, this takes everything off to the point where like you're squeaking a little bit. So I feel like it could be kind of stripping to the skin, but if you want to feel clean, I was really glad to have that with me too. I also brought the First Aid Beauty Resurfacing Liquid. I don't think I reached for this at all. I think I brought this with me thinking like if I was starting to get flaky from how dry I was, I would use this, but I just honestly didn't have time, couldn't be bothered. Then I also brought the Peach and Lily Matcha Pudding Antioxidant Cream for hydration. This is a very, very hydrating cream. So I used this at night, and I feel like definitely helped hydrate as much as I possibly could. I mean, I was doing everything possible to dehydrate my skin, not purposefully, but for fun. So any additional hydration I could get was helpful. And then for day, I brought the Tula 24/7 Moisture Hydrating Cream. I really like this. I also really love the way that this smells. Perfect for in the morning, because I feel like you don't really have to like let it sink in or set down before you can go over top with more makeup. So it was perfect for that, but still offered hydration. And then for my eye cream, I brought the Biossance Squalane Marine Algae Eye Cream, which I really, really love. This is one of my favorite eye creams. I feel like it's so hydrating and comfortable underneath the eyes. But I really only use this at night because I feel like it's a little bit too thick for a morning eye cream. So I didn't really have a morning eye cream. But those are all the skincare products I brought. Those are all the products I brought. That is everything for this Vegas makeup diaries. I'm sorry it didn't necessarily, you know, come to fruition how I wanted. But I had literally the best time, and I wanted to just like focus on like being present in the moment, having fun, being around the people that I work with. And so, you know, I didn't feel super guilty about not like pulling my camera out to film everything, but I still had fun creating the content for this makeup diaries, and I hope that you guys enjoyed. As always, if there's other things you want to see me add to the next makeup diaries, let me know. I'm having so much fun filming these. Like, this is like my new favorite series to film. It's just so chill, laid back, and relaxed. So thank you for your positive feedback on this series, because I am really enjoying filming it. So it always is nice to hear that you guys enjoy watching it. But thank you guys so much for sticking around to watch. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you have any summer travel plans planned. I would love to hear about where you're going. I probably go up north, Minnesota, but I don't really have any travel plans. I love Las Vegas though, so being there and now being back, I already like have the itch to go back again. There's just something I love so much about Las Vegas. But that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to watch and for supporting me and my channel as you guys always do. I love you guys so much, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.